Stagnation. One of the worst feelings someone who is eager to improve can face. But why exactly do we stop improving? And how can we get over a difficult improvement curve? That's what I'll be talking about in today's video. Now, the first and one of the most common mistakes I see people make is trying to improve at too many aspects of the game at once. People are focusing on improving movement, aim, entry fragging, clutch ability, after plants, and retakes all at the same time. When in reality, if you want to improve, you need to slow down and take one thing at a time. And before you click off the video, let me explain. Improving in anything takes time. And unfortunately, there are few to no shortcuts. The first tip I would recommend to everyone watching would be to play a full day of Valorant like you normally do, and then when your session is over, sit down and really think and reflect upon one big flaw you had in your gameplay that one day. Not two or not three, but think about just one aspect of the way you play. That can be your crosshair placement, your movement, your decision making. You get the drill. And then what I want you to do for the next 4 days is to only focus on improving that one certain aspect. If you have terrible crosshair placement, put your all into improving that. If your decision making is hesitant, play more confidently for the next 4 days. Even if you die here or there. Isolating weaknesses and understanding that improving takes time and that there are no shortcuts is what is going to help you overcome your current skill ceiling. The second reason you might feel as though you aren't improving is because you blame your unluckiness on your shortcomings in game. Now, most other YouTubers won't tell you the hard truth because it's quite ugly. But I'll do you the favor. The hard truth is that blaming unluckiness is nothing more than a victim mentality. People that blame this superstitious belief that they are just an unlucky individual, unfortunately, tend to not do great in most things in life. Don't get me wrong here, guys. There are 100% times when you die to something that probably don't happen often. Something most people would categorize as unlucky. But I like to believe in the thought that there is always something you could have done differently when you don't win a round. And if you can manage to adapt this mentality into your own improvement, you'll already have the right mindset for getting to the highest ranks in Valorant and continuously improving. A bad mentality is unfortunately the biggest limit of great talent. You might have all the necessary aim and mechanical skill needed, but because you have a bad mentality, you might stagnate hard and feel as though you aren't improving. Moving on, I'm going to talk about playing things that challenge you properly. So, a lot of you guys watching are probably in a lower rank than you think you deserve. And although I am far from a fan of people saying that exact sentence, some of you could have probably been a few ranks higher. And this is where playing challenging games comes in. What I recommend is playing streamer customs. The streamers are hosting 10-mans, hop in. Because most of the time, you'll be playing against players in varying different ranks. And obviously, you want to try your very best to come up against those high IMO or Radiant players. Well, maybe not if you're like Platinum 2, but try to find players in a higher rank to play against. And trust me, you'll see tremendous improvement. Another massive reason people stop improving is that they become the best player out of all of their friends. In regards to friends, I have a lovely quote for you all. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. And even though that is quite cringe to think about Valorant like that, it is the full and honest truth. When you are the best player in your friend group, if you want to keep improving, I would honestly recommend finding a few more good players you can either invite to your current friend group or make a new one with them when you want to play really focused up. Now, I'm not saying that you should stop talking with your old friends. I want to make that incredibly clear because you absolutely shouldn't. But just try finding some more evenly skilled players to play with and you'll start improving again like crazy. If you've done all of the tips in the video already and you still feel stuck, you have to start VOD reviewing your own matches. In order to VOD review, you need to record your games and look over them after the games are done. Look for mistakes and ask yourself how you can fix those mistakes for future games. VOD reviewing is a great tool for people who are actually serious about becoming good at this game. And sure, It can get boring, but the results you gain from a tiny amount of effort is seriously worth it. A ton of low-level players do these same mistakes over and over without even knowing. And with one game recorded and ready to be VOD reviewed, you may never have to make that mistake again. Additionally, you can VOD review pros and see how they play competitive matches. Keep in mind that there's no real point in VOD reviewing VCT matches, as that's super unrealistic in comparison to the competitive matchmaking experience. So VOD review when pros play normal ranked and try and pick up what they do differently than you. The main reason pro players are pros is because of their lack of mistakes. Being able to play a game with very limited mistakes will take you to the very top of this game. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, a few reasons as to why your improvement stagnates. Drop some constructive criticism in the comments below, and I'll see you next week.